Welcome to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, home of the Panthers, in a program built on the backs of legends like Tony Dorsett, Hugh Green, Mark May, and Mike Ditka. Give it the toughness that is epitomized by anyone who plays in the Steel City. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Clemson Tigers, taking on a fellow ACC opponent, the Pittsburgh Panthers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. He'll return it. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So the Clemson Tigers offense will start this game off. There he is, the man who makes everything go, and they believe they're going to score every time they touch it when he's on the field, Jesse.
He plays with unbelievable confidence, Reese. Always knows where to go with the football. The entire playbook is at this guy's disposal.
Yeah, which is so much fun for a coach, so much fun to play with him, a guy that can do everything. Everybody on the field is active in a weapon.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll go right back to the run. And knock him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Sends his first one of the day on the way, and we didn't see much of him in that victory last week, just called on one time. So Pittsburgh's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Here are our impact players for this game, and it goes beyond executing an assignment to make an impact in the game.
Yeah, obviously we were talking to both coaching staffs this week, and we asked them who needs to step up and play well. They immediately pointed to these guys right here. They are the key for their respective teams.
Yeah, and they don't always show up in the box score, but these are the guys that are the leaders. These are the guys getting everybody organized and have to play well for their team to succeed.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48. Leaves it with the running back. Got room at the 35. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. The Panthers in the hurry-up.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
And the Panthers will snap it on 1st and 10. The give from the gun. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, David. It puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be...
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
And that's a great job by this defense. You don't care about yards anymore. Yards are arbitrary. Let them drive down the field, so be it. You want to keep touchdowns off the board, and they might have just done that with a sack right there.
He got it. And that'll put the first points of the game on the board. It's 3-0. After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away.
Well, this team knew coming into tonight's game they had to get momentum early. Playing at home, they want to get the crowd into it. So you get a beautiful drive here to start this thing. You would have liked to cap it off with a touchdown, but listen, you set yourself up for a field goal, you knock it through the uprights, you've got the lead, everything right now looking good.
Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
Last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Gets it out quickly. Finally brought down at the 31. It's a pickup of 15 yards on the play, and they've got a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They're going to run it. Low man wins, and he just smashed him. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Gets it out fast. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Touch pass on the jet sweep. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal.
And it's caught! Touchdown, Tigers! Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Tennessee left little doubt. You know, this version of the Volunteers can hang with any of the teams of the past. And remember, this is a program that went 13-0 en route to a national title back in 1998. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Touch pass on the run. They needed to find enough space and get it moving forward, and they're up to the 22. Just had a solid pickup on first. Now let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And the heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. The #1 job is to protect their quarterback, and they did not.
They did not. But my #1 job as a defensive lineman is to attack your quarterback and get him on the ground just like this, get in the sack, rattle this guy as much as you can, as many hits as possible on these quarterbacks.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. Just steamrolling his way through. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Well, it was a good throw. It was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Ball still at the 45 after the incompletion. They'll snap it 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Using the quick game.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
From the 36, a 3rd down, and you wonder if they're willing to take 2 plays to get the first. Trying to get to it. He took a hit as he could and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. Needing to convert, Clemson comes to the line. On fourth down, flexing that muscle in the run game. Tackled, but he has a first down.
I'm not a huge analytics guy, but on 4th and 1, if you're going to get pushed like that from your O-line, I say go for it every time.
The Tigers getting set on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Finds the tight end. Tackle is made after the first down. Ever since they invented the forward pass, the tight ends have been running the drag and getting the first down.
I think it's because the tight ends is so much versatility. You know, they can block and stay in the formation.
Touchdown, Tigers! Made the snag and strolled his way into the end zone.
Man, that's his 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. My man is just finding pay dirt. I'll tell you what, these are the kind of guys that you continue to feature throughout a game when he can do this kind of damage after he catches the football.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Here he comes from inside his own 5. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the 2nd quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. And the ball is picked off. Got room on the return. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
I'll tell you what, when you come out of your own end zone, you know, in the shadow of your own end zone, a lot of bad things can happen. You want to get a few first downs, get some space, so if you punt after that point, you can pin them a little bit deep. This is the...
Got enough space. Gets it into the end zone, but wait a minute. We'll have to check out the laundry on the field. That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. First down for this offense. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Well, we know this defense is one that plays with a lot of pride, right? Part of that is their ability stopping the run. They're a top 25 unit in the nation when it comes to stopping the rush, and that really helps them out down here in the red zone. They're going to have to step up big time in this situation.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, in that down and distance, you're probably expecting them to throw it way down the field to get the first. Instead, they go push pass, and they did catch the defense off guard. And even though that was a big explosive play, David, they still didn't have enough yards to get it.
Well, and catch me off guard is relative. That's what you would say, the offensive player. I would say, listen, we're playing a little bit deep.
And that one is picked off in the end zone. Got some room to run. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Hey, look, it's early in the game. This quarterback's excited. You're playing with tons of energy. You feel like you've got an opportunity to throw a touchdown passer early, create some momentum, but the play just wasn't there to be made. You got to do a better job just throwing that thing away, knowing that a field goal is big at this juncture, but unfortunately now they'll come away with nothing on that drive.
Gets him on the ground at the 31, but a nice pickup of 15 yards there.
And you see so many smart wide receivers, so many smart tight ends nowadays that they know where the holes in those zones are, and they work with their quarterback, and they find them, and they sit down in them and make big plays. It's tough to sit back in zone against such smart players nowadays.
On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats, but when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Great effort by the defense here. Offense trying to go wide receiver screen. How about the speed on defense rallying to the football?
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. Off the play fake. Moving, keeping the eyes downfield. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the first down. Pitt right back to the line.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing them. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers. They can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
I just love this guy's instincts, right? When things aren't open right away, he never panics. He just understands the situation where he is on the field, and he's so confident in his own natural ability that he has the ability to run, go get the first down, keep this drive rolling.
They'll throw it from the red zone. Extending the play. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. And that Clemson defensive front getting their paws on dudes and making their presence felt.
And, Reese, that's how they built their dynasty. I mean, I know the offense was flash and sizzle and was really good, but, man, it's the Dexter Lawrence and the Christian Wilkins in the defensive front. Those big boys that could get after the quarterback, that played relentless, those guys really set the tone and set the foundation for Clemson and big-time success.
That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Unloads to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. After putting up a three-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. From inside the 10, here he comes. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
He's going to fire deep. And it's caught inside the 30. Huge plays like that can change the complexion of a game, and he's got it at the 22-yard line. This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20. Able to move it ahead a couple of yards. He gets it down to the 20.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Man, how about the first half this guy's having? He already has 2 touchdowns, picks up a huge first down right here. On defense, you're going to have to find a way to control this guy. You're going to have to make some big-time adjustments at halftime.
And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He just threw that one away. Nobody was getting open. He had to live to fight another play in the red zone. It'll be 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Clemson! They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. That touchdown puts them up by at least 2 scores. Too early to say it's over? Probably, but boy, it's starting to feel that way.
It might not be over, but you're in trouble, and you better find some answers really, really quickly. This team is putting everything together, and right now you got nothing going. Come on, give me something.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Getting late here in the first half, they'll have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And the offensive play caller here has to really be dialed in. It's important down 2 possessions, Dave, that they're able to score some points. So you got to call your best stuff in this 2-minute situation.
And such a good opportunity to cut into a one-score game, create that momentum, get some good juices going for the second half. Because obviously, you know, you built yourself a little bit of a deficit. You need some good things to happen, and it needs to happen on this possession.
The pass intercepted. Looking for more room. Touchdown Tigers. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these 2 teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the first half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the first half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together.
Oh, ball's out! A defense scoops it up, and they're bringing it back. Got a lot of running room. Touchdown, Clemson! The defense with the scoop and score. You know, the defense is all about stopping teams, but when you have a chance to swing momentum, scoop it and score yourself, it is such a huge play.
Yeah, you just go over to the offense, be like, bro, we don't need you today. We got this. We'll score ourselves if we have to. Great job by the defense, doing what they need to do, and then go talk a little trash to the offense.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Feeling some heat. And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Defense doing a great job watching the quarterback's eyes and breaking on the ball. They already have 2 picks in the game, and they swat that one away. They are doing an awesome job in coverage.
And the coverage team all over it, and the punt is down inside the 40. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. This has been an impressive first half, and Jesse, they'd love nothing better than to tack another one on before the break.
And why would they want to stop at this point? Everything they've dialed up, they've been able to execute throwing and running the football.
And how critical is it for this defense to get a stop down right now before the half? They can create some momentum on their side by getting a stop before the half.
He wants to pass it on second down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
It's hard throwing in the pocket, man. You got bodies and 300-pound dudes falling all over the place. They're trying to hit you. That time, the pressure got to them and they forced the incompletion.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for third and long from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking deep. And they wanted it all on third down, but now dealing with fourth down. So Clemson is lining up to punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Hand off from the shotgun. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Comes out throwing on first down. He makes the catch close to the sticks, but he'll be a little short of the first down.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job increasing. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. And that's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Finds his big tight end. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. What a scene there in Pittsburgh. What a fine performance we've seen. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys on the north side of Pittsburgh.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Ready to start the second half, and Clemson will kick it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
They'll line up for a second down play. He's looking to throw. Got his man quickly. Can't get him to the ground. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. He looked like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
When I see the defensive man coverage, I'm trying to get my fast guy versus their worst corner. Trying to get a great matchup on the outside, take advantage of it to make big plays.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. They go to the ground. The pirouette on the run. Able to squeeze out a couple on the play. It's down at the 35. 3rd and short here from the 35. Might take a shot here if this is 4-down territory. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration. So my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Ball's at the 22. 3rd and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? To the ground to try to pick up the first. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together.
Now on second down. He's looking to throw. Shoots it to the left. It's caught. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line.
How great is it to have a running back who can basically run your entire route tree? You don't see a lot of guys line up and then run vertically down the field, get open, and make a big play. This dude is special.
He's going to pass. Throws to the wideout. Got him downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. And the route is on. This dude is putting on a show, taking up residence in the end zone by the air and by the ground, in keeping with what Clemson looks for in a quarterback.
Man, this is unbelievable. I mean, you've seen so many great guys run through, and Clemson majors in quarterbacks that can throw, can run, and really be dynamic. And this guy is having himself a day.
The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. Guys, that last trip a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Not able to hook up there, incomplete. They come to the line, facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It sucks. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting first possession.
You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. The give on the inside. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, they get another big run for a first down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Got it behind the line. It sucks. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
You know, it's funny. I know running backs oftentimes are afterthoughts when it comes to the passing game, but when you think about it, this guy's been making people miss his entire life taking handoffs. So why wouldn't you try to get him involved in the passing game as well? You just saw in that last play how dangerous he is after the catch.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand. Safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there? Pittsburgh going to work with a fresh set of downs. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. And this will be the 9th play of the drive. Grabbed behind the line. It's O'Neal. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Pitt! What a grab and go for the score.
I love it. Nice play call, nice design. Get the ball to your speedster and let him do the rest. Try to find a way to isolate guys and get matchups, and you did it with your running back, slash receiver there, and he did the rest.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. FIU is in front. They've controlled the line of scrimmage today, but they still have some work to do to put this in the win column. They're up by just 1 over New Mexico State. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Line gets set, first down. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long, ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete on the right side. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on 3rd down as they have it 1st and 10 at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. He turns this into a nice gain and gets down to avoid the hit.
That's a first down for the offense.
We've come to the end of the quarter, and Clemson has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. He wants to throw. Showing the arm strength to the left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on first down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Touchdown, Tigers. And the beatdown has ensued. They add on another score, and now that record oh so close to going to 8-1 on the season.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get conservative, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. He'll start this drive firing. Snagged in the middle. It's Castro. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
They'll snap this one from the 30 on 1st and 10. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ball game.
Trying to find his man on 1st down. Makes the grab. It's O'Neal. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. He's got it.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Getting some heat. He'll pull it down and run. And he'll slide after picking up the 1st down.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly.
The quarterback bought as much time as he could, but the defense got to him and sacked him.
And the defense has given up some plays, some passing yards on this drive. You want to stop that? Nice job rushing the quarterback, making him feel a little bit of pressure and getting him on the ground and now getting him behind the sticks.
Now facing some adversity on this drive after the loss of 4 at 2nd and 14. Wide out in motion. To the ground with the back. Not much room. A pickup of 2 down to the 28. A little less room to work with now as the ball's at the 28 and it's 3rd and long. And the incomplete pass on 3rd down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. Throws toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and this defense makes a 4th down stop. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Really nice, patient job to find some running room by this junior.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Working that left side now. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there in a similar situation with a lead like this. They'd definitely be running the ball at this point. They'd probably take their starting quarterback out of the game potentially, but not this unit. They are still staying aggressive. They're still taking shots. They're just trying to light up the scoreboard.
He makes a catch. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. And the Tigers will have it 1st and 10. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Clemson. And the punishment has been extended. They put another score on the board as they try to push this winning streak to 3.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, Keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns, and you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Pitt offense back on the field and ready to roll. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
They get him on the ground, didn't see anything downfield, but made a little something out of it. Line getting set on second down. He's looking to throw. On the move, he fires. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on.
Well, I'll give this offense some credit because they've got a lot of fight. There is no quit in them, and they're obviously trailing by a big amount in this game. They haven't had a lot of success, but they're still taking shots, and their players are still out there competing.
And he throws another interception, his 3rd of the night. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Tigers! Starting to see some smiles on that sideline as they're close to a Week 10 victory.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Pitt Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 4 over Central Michigan. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. Finds his tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. He's looking to throw. Quickly to the tight end.
Yeah, that's a big gain down the field, and the big fella was wide open. I'll tell you what, nobody around. The defense kind of lost sight of him, and he took full advantage.
It's 3rd down now, and they ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the back. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
Pitt will have to boot this one away. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense will be quite content just to drain the rest of the time away. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chucking and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game late, you're not handing it off. We were beating Central Michigan by 80-something points. He was still letting us throw the football. It's the defense's job to stop.
Some third down conversions tougher than others. This one, a long one on third down from the 43. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Clemson will send the punt team out. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Pittsburgh offense is back on the field. This one has pretty much been a bludgeoning, but they'll try to finish with something positive late.
Well, they ran into a buzzsaw today, and I don't think it would matter what type of X's and O's they're out there executing, David. Jimmy's and the Joes, they're just not as good as the opponent today.
And as an athlete, it sometimes hits you in the face and it stinks, but you're not good enough. And today they were not good enough. And I'm going to do the best I can to try to flush this down the toilet, not remember it, forget it, move on for the next game. Maybe it's something right here I can create positive that carries over to practice and maybe next week.
They couldn't draw up a better way to start a drive, and now they've got it 1st and 10 from the 41. Fires to the big fella. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And listen, the defense playing really conservative, right? You got the lead, but here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get sacks. I got to get to the quarterback. Like, I got to make sure I'm getting him, knocking him off the spot. Padding my stats, by the way. Got a lot of sacks late in games when we had a big lead, but that's okay. That's what you're supposed to do. Keep competing, defense.
He's back to throw on 2nd down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game. And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
Pitt will line up to punt it away. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man.
And the Clemson offense will take over 1st and 10.
Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Final minute. This game's on ice. They can take a knee and run out the clock.
This offense has to feel great with how they're able to go out, execute, and perform big plays all game long. I think it's sending a statement, too, to future defenses down the road on the schedule. They're going to be tough to contend with.
Yeah, I mean, they got firepower, putting up so many points. This thing is easily over. Now they can just chillax, go back to the locker room, know they're going to get the victory.
So after stumbling around a bit earlier this season, they put together 3 consecutive wins and seem to have righted the ship.
Dang right. How do you handle adversity? Every coach talks about that. They dealt with it now. They got the loss. They had a little bit of struggle early in the season. What do? You respond by putting a winning streak together, gaining some momentum as the season closes.
And sometimes the good thing about losing games early is that you know you're not perfect. You have to come out. You've got to bring your A game to the part each and every week. And that's what we've seen from this team now recently. They've got tremendous players. They've got an outstanding coaching staff. When they put it all together and they play with great effort, this team's tough to beat.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.